I would never want anyone to mention anything about my family, so I'd never do it about anyone else. It's not what we do. We're fighters.
2 minutes later.
Dan Hooker couldn't grapple a fucking rapist off his ma. You know what I mean?
Okay, strong.
Back and forth on Twitter.
They're on the same level. They can do that. So trash cans.
The animosity between Paddy Pimblett and Dan Hooker has intensified on social media, with both exchanging sharply worded attacks. The origin began with Paddy creating a divisive jest, and Hooker's direct reply was ill-received, raising the friction. Their ongoing exchange has even captured Arman Tsarukyan's notice, contributing an additional dimension to the expanding conflict. In a recent interview, Paddy Pimblett crossed a clear line while attempting to criticize Dan Hooker's grappling prowess. What was initially meant as typical trash talk quickly morphed into a statement many believed went too far, shifting attention from the actual fight to the chosen words themselves. The incident instantly generated
saying like Justin Gaethje, he's older than that lad. He's 2 years older than Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker Dan Hooker couldn't grapple a rapist off his ma. You know what I mean?
Okay, strong statements about Dan Hooker.
Hooker angrily retorts after hearing Paddy Pimblett's remark, clarifying he considers it a significant boundary being overstepped. His reaction displays no humor or reluctance, indicating the matter has grown personal and any conflict between them. Yet, supporters labeled Paddy Pimblett a hypocrite right during that same chat. Paddy declined to address Ilia Topuria's personal family problem and stated plainly that certain limits he will not breach, even amid strong opposition. He clarified that family matters are forbidden to him, emphasizing that though competitors may clash professionally, private issues ought to remain separate. Pimblett maintained a courteous tone, stating he truly wishes events improve for Ilia Topuria and the predicament finds resolution.
I don't want anyone to mention anything about my family, so I'd never do it about anyone else. It's not what we do. We're fighters. We say what we want about each other. Say anything about me, I'll say anything about him. But don't mention families, you know, that's below the belt. And I wish him nothing but the best with it, lad. I hope it all gets resolved. I hope it all gets resolved and he gets to see his child, lad. That's the main thing. But for now, I'm fighting for the world title. He's sitting on the sideline, so when I win this belt, I'm the champ. Don't care if it says interim on it. When I win this belt, I'm the champ. And if he's not back by June, July, he best have to vacate or get stripped, and I am the champ.
Further reacts in anger, challenging Paddy Pimblett for keeping quiet when directly confronted, and claiming he's deceitful behind closed doors. He stated he believed they had a good rapport, yet feels deceived by the remark being made public. What truly highlights the situation is Hooker bringing up Ricky in his message, which many find peculiar and unsettling as Ricky was a confidant of Paddy's and died in 2022, injecting another degree of strain and dispute into the matter.
Ain't said shit when we were face-to-face, bitch. I thought we were mates, but you're not a very good mate, are you, Paddy? R.I.P. Rick.
Paddy Pimblett hits back at Dan Hooker, pointing out what he views as an excessive response. He highlights that Hooker blew a basic joke on grappling way out of proportion, and even mentioned a friend who tragically lost his life. Paddy defines it as crossing a boundary, striking back forcefully while still slighting Hooker's expertise, making the rivalry clear as personal and hot. Paddy Pimblett stated, "Figured we couldn't be friends since I'm ranked higher than you. You took a hypothetical crack about your awful grappling and reacted by talking smack about my friend who ended his life. That's truly rock bottom, and an on-site confrontation suits me just fine. You're complete dogfighting." Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan disregards the digital back and forth between Paddy Pimblett and Dan Hooker, stating he doesn't regard either man as competing at an elevated standing. He minimizes the conflict completely, viewing it as chatter between two combatants he sees.
Your last fight was against Dan Hooker. There's a little conflict going around with Dan Hooker and Paddy Pimblett. I was wondering if you were able to, see it or what you thought about it.
I didn't see what they're doing.
Just going back and forth on Twitter.
They're on the same level. They can do that. So trash cans.
Tsarukyan targets Paddy Pimblett's ground game, openly questioning his actual danger on the mat. He disregards Paddy's renown in that field, noting he avoids testing himself against top-level competitors and suggesting recent training room instances just solidified his misgivings.
I'm gonna say he has no grappling. He trains with bullshit guys. He never compete even high level. He never competed in jiu-jitsu or grappling. I saw him. He had a fight, grappling fight, and he tapped or he lost. So he's a trash can in the grappling and the wrestling.
Paddy Pimblett also aims a pointed jab at Arman Tsarukyan, mocking his grappling prowess and challenging his actual dominance on the mat. He minimizes Arman's non-MMA achievements, contrasting them with his own background, while asserting his dedication remains fixed on fighting, not side competitions. The demeanor swiftly turns hostile as Paddy portrays Arman's outside grappling as needless risk and leverages it to escalate.
He's been grappling a lot. I know you don't want to talk about him, but how do you feel about his, his grappling tournaments that he's
Lad, I heard he nearly got triangled by what's his name?
Shara Magomedov.
Yeah, he nearly got triangled by him, and he can't grapple to save his life either.
It's a tough
He's a
one.
striker, and he nearly got triangled by him. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you ever got any interest of taking those sort of exhibition type things? You know, RAF have got this kind of like grappling thing. Is there ever been like a reach out for like a let's do a grappling match for Pimblett, or is that?
I don't know. Before I was in the UFC years ago, when I was coming back from an injury, I done Polaris one time against Stevie Ray. He caught me in a leg lock. That's like the only one I've done in the past 10 years or something like that. I used to do grappling competitions all the time when I was younger and stuff like that, but obviously I'm focused on fighting now. I don't, like, he can go off and do all these other things if he wants, lad, but hopefully he takes his neck doing them.
Okay.
Arman Tsarukyan expressed a willingness to be ready as the backup for the Paddy versus Justin fight, but now he states he won't subject his body to a brutal weight reduction without a genuine reason. He clarifies that despite common talk about him being the clear backup, the UFC did not make any contact, and without that communication, he finds no cause to exhaust himself solely for cash or mere conjecture. He believes that the process of weight cutting is draining and difficult, and after already doing it once with no outcome, he is focused on preserving his energy unless a serious chance is formally offered.
You've mentioned wanting to be the backup fighter. Have you had any talks with the UFC about actually officially having that position? Because I think you're really the only guy who could be the backup fighter right now.
No, I didn't talk to them, and I wouldn't cut my weight just for money, because it's a hard. But if they ask me, I'll do that. But they didn't ask, so that's why it's better for me not to cut weight and just if I cut, I wanna fight.
For sure, it's I mean, cutting weight is so hard.
I already cut in June, and nothing happened, and just I spent my energy for the training camp, for that weight cut. It's always stress when you cut your weight.
Paddy Pimblett holds Arman accountable for his current predicament himself. Paddy openly criticized Arman, highlighting his weigh-in stunts and late withdrawals. He stated plainly that, to him, such behavior invalidated Tsarukyan's claim for a championship bout.
So what about this fucking Arman fella, dude? What are we saying, this posh cunt?
Fuck him. Simple as, lad. I'm getting sick of getting asked about him and people talking about him. Oh, he should be in this interim title fight. He shouldn't fucking headbutt people at weigh-ins then, should he, lad, and punch fans in us when he's walking out, lad, and pull out a title fight the night before. So as far as I'm concerned, lad, he can eat shit, lad, and fucking, as Dana said, he can get back to the drawing board.
Nice. Get that one out of the way early on Arman Tsarukyan. He could have been in the mix for this fight, but I just feel like there's a lot of ulterior factors that people aren't considering other than just his recent win over Dan Hooker. I know he's a top contender, but there's a whole lot that he's done wrong before, and this is the big Paramount debut.
And lad, people are saying like Justin Gaethje, he's older than that, lad. He's 2 years older than Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's like 2 years younger than him.
That's true.
Dan Hooker couldn't grapple a fucking rapist off his man.
Dana White also confirmed that Arman Tsarukyan's headbutt on Dan Hooker during the weigh-ins impacted his career trajectory. He stated the incident factored into Tsarukyan missing a UFC title opportunity, emphasizing how actions outside the octagon can carry real consequences.
Obviously, I'm not one of these fans, but some fans thought Arman should have been the one to get a 155 title pound shot.
We knew that would happen too.
Of course. Did the headbutt play any factor in the decision to not go with him? It did, right?
A lot of things have factored in, Yes.
Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan finally discloses why he withdrew from the UFC 311 fight against Islam Makhachev, explaining it was due to a hernia. Despite the medical reason, he received criticism for missing the bout and still endures the fallout from that decision, highlighting how a lone pullout can leave a lasting impact on a fighter's career.
I think it was in LA. You were gonna fight Islam, you messed up your back. What's the recovery been, for, and like what happened? How did you get injured in your back before the fight versus Islam?
So I did the MRI after the fight, and it shows like I don't know how to explain in English, but I have a grisha.
Translate. Let's see. Hernia.
So I have that thing.
Okay.
And I may need surgery, I may not. So we'll see if it's gonna bother me again. I gotta do surgery.
Gotta remove the hernia.
Yeah, remove it.
Gotcha.
So,
Was it pretty painful?
Yeah, my back was stuck. I couldn't move. Yeah. And then in 2-3 weeks, I started like moving, running.
That's good. That's good.
Also argued with an MMA expert regarding Ilia Topuria's potential against Islam Makhachev. Once the pundit proposed Topuria might fight at 155, yet not at 170, Arman retorted pointedly, rejecting the remark and asserting clearly the analyst doesn't understand the sport enough to make that call.
Topuria and Islam, Topuria has no chance. Whatever. You think Topuria can beat Islam?
Yeah.
Bro, you
no, at 170, no.
Bro,
at 170, no. At 155,
bro, why
yes.
You like working in an interview, guy? You know shit about MMA.
I do. There's no way Ilia Topuria can't.
What's good, bro?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, 165.
No, it's 170 as well.
Bro, Islam fighting 170. He's not 155 fighter.
Yeah, that's why I said at 170 I don't think so, but it's close. But at 155, I think Ilia can beat Makhachev. Yeah. He's very good. No.
He has just boxing. That's it.
He has grappling too.
Where?
He submitted Bryce Mitchell.
So, Michael Bisping foresees that Ilia Topuria will keep hold of his title until 2026, and nobody in the category can dethrone him right now. He observes that Arman Tsarukyan is a woman. A contest between them isn't expected for some time, making Topuria's rule largely unchallenged long term.
155 pounds, I don't see anyone beating Ilia Topuria. I just don't. Not Paddy, not Justin. Yeah, all right, there's Arman Tsarukyan out there, and he's the dark horse. Obviously, Paddy and Justin are fighting for the interim title. That's an interesting fight because Justin, better boxer, better wrestling, never uses the wrestling. Even if he did use the wrestling, you wouldn't really want to take Paddy Pimblett down. Paddy's a lot younger, a lot less miles on the clock, a lot less wear and tear. I'm kind of early leaning towards Paddy Pimblett in that fight. But who's the undisputed champ at the end of 2026? So yeah, 2026, Topuria will still be the champ. Yeah, there's Arman Tsarukyan out there, but I don't think that fight will materialize just yet.
Concurrently, Trevor Whitman indicates Justin Gaethje plans to unveil a new aspect of his fighting style against Paddy Pimblett, particularly on the mat. He clarifies the squad isn't viewing this solely as a stand-up contest and highlights Gaethje's significant efforts in his wrestling and grappling. In Whitman's opinion, the strategy now centers on being proactive instead of defensive, employing Justin's enhanced command and potent ground and pound as tools, not just enduring confrontations.
Paddy's saying is like whatever he's dreaming and thinking, all power to him. We're ready for everything, and we did not go into this fight thinking it's going to be just a striking fight at all. Like Justin has spent so much time. That's probably the proudest thing I am with Justin, is the amount of time that he's put into his grappling, because his wrestling is so high level. But it's more of the offensive and positional type of fighting. For so long, I remember when we got stopped by Oliveira, and I had to have a conversation with everybody on the team, like, hey, Justin is a high level guy, one of the best scramblers out there. You have some of the best slams out there, the Rampage Jackson type of slams. We're offensive. Justin's style is offensive, and to be a champion, you push people back. You have to put people on their heels. I look at this as when we had the Oliveira fight, we were defensive. We were like, don't get in this position. How do you get out of this position? You can't win fights like that. and you have to win offensively.
Whitman states that engaging Justin Gaethje on the ground carries distinct risks, particularly as soon as the bout reaches the mat. He underscores how Gaethje's top control and ground and pound excel owing to the angles and force he applies, preventing adversaries from establishing themselves. Although he admits Paddy Pimblett can bring bouts to the floor, Whitman discounts his wrestling, implying he sees Paddy failing to reliably take Gaethje down or dominate him there.
Those guys that when you grapple with him, his ground and pound is so unique. So unique. He hits people with punches at different angles on the ground that are so effective. And it's top game. Like, how do you know your top game, and how do you know that? Like, Paddy, I think, is very good when it comes to dragging people to the floor. I don't think Paddy's a great wrestler. I don't think he's going to go out there and take Justin down. Obviously, he can slip on the mats. He can time something really good where the hips are up. But I don't see Paddy taking him down.
Paddy Pimblett feels supremely confident before a possible bout against Justin Gaethje, asserting the match won't last the full duration. He recognizes Gaethje's strength, yet spots vulnerabilities he can capitalize on, portraying himself as the one to achieve a conclusive stoppage rather than trusting the judges.
You're going to get this one done.
I think I finish him wherever the fight goes, to be honest. Obviously, I know we can bang, but every fight we get a breakdown made of our opponents, and it actually shocks me how much he gets hit. And I know he takes one to give one, but you can't really just do that at this level. That's why he's lost to people like Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Charles, because you can't just take one to give one. And I'm not going to just be standing there to let him hit me back. You know what I mean? So, be using me range, keeping him on the outside, and I've got a feeling I'm going to knock him out, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I've just got a sneaky suspicion I'm going to knock him out. You know, I've been doing a lot of rounds with Luke Riley for this camp, and Luke's got much better technical striking than Justin Gaethje. And I'm having a lot of success sparring with Luke, and obviously one of my coaches, Ellis, who used to fight himself, he's the exact same build as Justin. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. And I've been doing rounds with him. He's literally, because he doesn't fight anymore, lad, and he's just a coach, he's just done Justin's style for me. He hasn't got his own style. He's been doing Justin for me, and just the bits that we're working, I can see me knocking him out or dropping him and then submitting him. People are going on about his takedown defense, but if I want to take him down, I will take him down, lad. Simple as.
Paddy Pimblett holds nothing back, asserting his teammate Luke Riley is a more complete striker than Justin Gaethje. He references Riley's speed, power, and technical skill, noting Luke has trained in Muay Thai since age 8, much before Gaethje even began wrestling, issuing a bold declaration about his team's striking pedigree.
At all. So, the fact that I've got Ellis playing Justin Gaethje for me, and then I've got Luke, who's a better, faster, more powerful technical striker than him, I think it all goes into my favour.
You got Luke Riley above Justin. You're rating him above Justin Gaethje in the striking department already in his career, you reckon?
Yeah. Luke Riley's been fighting Thai in Thailand since he was 8 years old, lad. You know what I mean? When Justin Gaethje was wrestling, lad, Luke was fighting Thai and then doing amateur boxing, and Luke's striking is a class above.
Trevor Whitman views UFC 324 as a pivotal moment for Justin Gaethje, suggesting this is his final title push. He clarifies the goal is not to linger for money fights or become a stepping stone for rivals, but to make one last serious effort. From Whitman's perspective, the focus involves giving all now while also considering Gaethje's long-term health and outside duties.
Afraid to speak it out loud. Like, this is our last run. Like, Justin's not. If we don't win this fight, we're not going on. Like, this is. We're not going to go out there and be a gatekeeper and look at money fights and shit like that. It's he's a goal setter, and his mentality, just like he finished up. I don't know if you watched that video. Might as well go watch it if you haven't. We're in his house and the family's having a dinner, and I have that true talk, and I'm talking to his family. I'm not talking to him, and it's the way he ends it. He's like, "It's not over, coach." So that's the key to Justin. Justin is very unique. He would fight over and over and over, but he knows he's got to be there for the family. He's got to be smart and take care of his health. And but we win this belt. My shoot to the moon type of goal would be, let's go out there and repeat defenses, repeat defenses. Obviously, this is an interim title fight, so we're not the champ yet, so we'd have to go win that belt.
Moving on now to the forecast. Michael Chandler asserts Justin Gaethje has the upper hand against Paddy Pimblett, commending Pimblett's talent, but still viewing Gaethje as the more well-rounded fighter. He even forecasts that Gaethje possesses the capability to defeat Ilia Topuria later this year, emphasizing his faith in Gaethje's complete skill set.
Gaethje, Paddy, what do you think it looks like?
Oh man, more skilled, more experienced. I think better fighter all around, Justin Gaethje. But I also have been on record and said that Paddy Pimblett is better than a lot of people think he is. Because of his, his haircut and the way he talks and the, some of the, the strength of schedule. People don't give him a lot of credit, but when I fought him in April in Miami, I'm not going to say that I was surprised because I was expecting the best version of Paddy, but he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. He's got long reach, good kicks, pretty darn patient and composed in there. But Gaethje's a whole different animal. So if I had to bet, which I can't, but if I had to lean one direction, I'd go Justin Gaethje, interim champion, and then he beats Ilia Topuria later on this year.
All right, okay.
Dell additionally comments on the upcoming fight involving Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje, implying Pimblett could face a hard test. Although he avoids the fight selection politics, Little finds the pairing thrilling and states he respects both competitors. He implies Gaethje might secure a stoppage victory, generating eagerness for what should be an enthralling contest.
Said that Paddy Pimblett's getting the title shot versus Gaethje instead of Armin. What's your take on that?
I don't follow that too much, like that politics and that stuff. I mean, I don't know what makes it make sense. If you could fight in Armin, you have to fight the winner.
So who do you got in that fight? Do you have Paddy or do you have Gaethje?
I'd like to see. I like both guys, so it's an interesting fight.
I always make you pick one. You got to pick one. You got Paddy or you got...
I'd like to see Gaethje pull it off.
You want to see Gaethje pull it off?
I think Paddy's
Regarding today's video, we trust you liked it. Drop your opinions in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe to our